In a small Igbo village surrounded by rolling hills and flowing streams, a young girl named Adaobi lived with her parents, who were humble farmers. Her life was simple but full of love and laughter. Tragedy struck when both her parents died suddenly in a road accident, leaving Adaobi an orphan at the tender age of 10. Her grandmother, Nneka, reluctantly took her in. Nneka was known in the village for her sharp tongue and stern ways. Adaobi quickly became the target of her grandmother's frustration. Nneka saw her as an extra mouth to feed and treated her poorly. While Nneka's other grandchildren were allowed to rest and play, Adaobi was made to wake up before the first cock crowed. She would fetch water from the distant stream, sweep the compound, and farm for hours under the blazing sun. Her meals were often scraps, and her bed was a thin mat on the kitchen floor. Despite this, Adaobi endured with grace, leaning on the teachings of her late parents, always have faith in God, and never let bitterness rule your heart. One day, during a village festival known as Iriji, the New Yam Festival, an important guest arrived, Prince Obinna, the only son of the East, a king of a neighboring kingdom. The prince was known for his wisdom and humility. It was said he had come to the village to oversee the yam competition, a prestigious event where young maidens presented their finest yams. Adaobi, though poorly treated, was determined to participate. She had secretly tended to a small yam patch behind the house, nurturing it in stolen moments after her chores. On the day of the festival, she carried her modest basket of yams to the village square. As she stood among the other maidens, many mocked her. Her worn dress and bare feet were a stark contrast to the richly adorned young women around her. But when it was her turn, Adaobi humbly presented her yams and spoke eloquently about the importance of hard work and resilience. Prince Obinna, watching closely, was moved by her words and struck by her beauty and grace. After the competition, he discreetly inquired about her and learned of her struggles. Later that evening, as the festivities continued, Prince Obinna requested an audience with Adaobi. To everyone's shock, he knelt before her and declared, "This is the woman I choose to marry. Her strength and humility are unmatched." The announcement sent waves of disbelief through the crowd, especially to Nneka, who could hardly believe her ears. But the prince was resolute. The following weeks were a whirlwind as preparations began for the royal marriage. When the day arrived, the entire village gathered to witness the union. Adaobi, dressed in a resplendent traditional outfit of George fabric and coral beads, looked every bit a queen. As she performed the traditional kneeling ritual before her grandmother, she said softly, "I forgive you, Nneka. May we all live in peace." Her words melted Nneka's heart, and for the first time, tears of regret streamed down the old woman's face. Adaobi and Prince Obinna's marriage became a symbol of hope in the village. Together, they worked to uplift the lives of the less fortunate, ensuring no child would endure the kind of suffering Adaobi had faced. And so, the girl who once toiled in the shadows became a beacon of light, showing the village that destiny could not be hindered by hardship.